#1 station focusing on business, economy, and development. With global digital reach, we connect Africa's pulse to the world stage. Welcome to SOUQ News Television, and here we go beyond the headlines. From breaking news, in-depth conversational programs, to market analysis and indices. From policies affecting growth to unique documentaries, from live event coverage to bespoke productions, we deliver content that connects you to the world. At SOUQ News Television, we provide news surrounding business, economy, and development, infomercials and jingles that stand out, short and long-form documentaries crafted to international standards, independent production spaces with full technical support, special coverage for individual and corporate events, a special form of documentaries through our prestige package, Immortals, where we tell your story the way you'd love it, and business support services tailored for small enterprises. SOUQ News TV, powered by FemWatch Limited, also home to the Isle 95.9 FM Lagos and Kasua 99.7 FM Kano, and Emirate News Television Abuja, together forming Africa's trusted media powerhouse. Storytelling, coverage, and connection that matters. SOUQ News TV, your home for business, economy, and development.
My name is Shino Gbadegeshin. I'm the CEO of Gozi Micro Insurance. Continue to watch SOUQ News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching SOUQ News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch SOUQ News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching SOUQ News, okay? Stay updated with SOUQ News.
My name is Aton Keme. I am the head of MSME Banking. Please keep watching SOUQ News and stay glued to SOUQ News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch SOUQ News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching SOUQ News.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing, and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, monitoring, and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. Ready to make an impact? For more information, email us at info@adstudycenter.com or call +234 912 439 2362. Visit us today at www.adstudycenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
The National Theatre, Igomu, built during the military regime of Olusegun Obasanjo and finished in the time for the Second World Festival of Black Arts and Culture, FESTAC, in 1977. The theatre holds amazing treasures and memories. The artworks fill everyone with pride. The National Arts Theatre is visible from the motorway which connects Lagos Island and the mainland. The National Theatre is packed with the artworks of a legendary contemporary Nigerian artist, stained glass walls by Yusuf Grillo, sculptures and murals by Lamidi Fakeye, Erabo Emopai, and many others. It was put to full use for a month as one of the 4 venues of the second World Black and African Festival of Arts and Culture, tagged SOUQ 77. The complex hosted 16,000 participants from 56 African countries and the diaspora in an unprecedented showcase of African music, fine art, literature, drama, dance, and religion. The National Art Theatre was built and designed by Techno Expert Stroll, a Bulgarian company mirroring the Palace of Culture and Sports in Varna, Bulgaria. Completed in 1976, the building is one of the largest and most beautiful of its kind on the African continent. It consists of a central hall with 5,000 seats, a collapsible stage that can be quickly rebuilt, a conference hall with 1,600 seats, 2 large exhibition halls, and 2 cinemas with 800 seats each. The theater complex has a dressing room for artists, a garage, offices, coffee bars, and a buffet. It has indoor TV and radio systems, as well as booths with facilities for simultaneous translation of languages and hectares of lush green lawn around. The majestic structure sits in Igomu like a quiet mountain, mesmerizing visitors and passers-by. The National Theatre, SOUQ Enlightenment.
Muhammad Yunus was born on the 28th of June 1940 in the village of Batwa, Chittagong, a British Indian colony which is currently known as Bangladesh. He attended Lama Bazar Primary and Secondary School in his village and passed the matriculation examination into Chittagong Collegiate School, where he ranked 16th out of 39,000 students. After his graduation in 1961, Yunus joined the Bureau of Economics as a research assistant and was later appointed lecturer of economics at the Chittagong College. During that time, he also set up a profitable packaging factory on the side. In 1965, he received a Fulbright scholarship to study in the United States, where he obtained his PhD in economics from the Vanderbilt University Graduate Program in Economic Development. Between 1969 and 1972, after his keen education excellence of apex heights and proportions in the United States, he returned home and was appointed professor of economics at the University of Chittagong. He was eventually appointed onto the board of directors to the United Nations Foundation, where he served for 33 years. When Bangladesh suffered a famine in 1974, Yunus felt he had to do something for the very poor. In his country, he founded the Grameen Bank. His motivation was to create economic and social development for the very poor, giving long-term loans to those who wanted to start small enterprises to pay back when they can. The aim to help was to get many of them out of poverty. For this, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2006. Muhammad Yunus is a recipient of numerous international awards for his ideas and endeavors, including the Humanitarian Award in 1993, World Food Prize in 1994, Independence Day Award in 1987, Bangladesh's highest award, the King Hussein Humanitarian Leadership Award in 2000. He was also awarded the Volvo Environment Prize in 2003, Nikkei Asia Prize for Regional Growth in 2004, Franklin D. Roosevelt Freedom Award in 2006, as well as the Seoul Peace Prize in the same year. All humans are born entrepreneurs, he would always fondly say his heart showed through his everyday life.
Africa, a continent with 54 unique countries, countless tribes and tongues. We see a country in this continent, despite not being the richest or biggest, it is rich in things that last a lifetime. Malawi treasures such as its natural beauty, cultural resilience, and Lake Malawi are some of the continent's most underappreciated economic lifelines. Malawi is referred to be the warm heart of Africa because of the friendliness of its people and its tranquil surroundings. However, Lake Malawi, Africa's third largest lake and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the economic hub of this landlocked nation. This glittering body of water, which covers an area of over 29,600 square kilometers, is not only a wonder of geography, but also a vital economic hub. For millions of Malawians, fishing is their main source of income. More than 700 different species of cichlid fish, many of which are indigenous, may be found in Lake Malawi. In addition to supplying communities with food and boosting local markets, this biodiversity links Malawi to worldwide aquariums and research facilities. The export of dried fish products and ornamental fish makes a substantial contribution to rural economies. A burgeoning tourism industry is also driven by the lake. Malawi's lakeside locations, from Nkata Bay to Cape Maclear, draw eco-tourists and backpackers seeking peace, quiet, kayaking, snorkeling, and genuine cultural experiences. The nation is becoming more and more popular among tourists looking for a less marketed experience because of its tranquil, friendliness, and affordable travel options. Beyond the lake, Malawi is making investments in sustainable development and agriculture, especially in the areas of sugar, tea, and tobacco, which support their traditional exports and encourage diversification into other crops like macadamia and legumes. Malawi is moving more and more towards agro-processing and resilience-based farming as climatic issues worsen. Malawi is unique not because of what it lacks, but rather because of how it uses what it has, transforming its communal strength and natural resources into a gradual but steady force for growth. I am Laura, and this is Just Africa.
When we talk about South Sudan, Africa's youngest nation, having gained independence in 2011, we often focus on its political journey or natural resources. But there's something else that holds deep generational value in South Sudanese lives, which is cows. In South Sudan, cows aren't just animals, they are everything. They are currency, they are status, they are identity. Among groups like the Dinka Mnwe, a man's wealth isn't measured in cash, it's counted in cows. Cows pay dowries, settle disputes, mark the birth of a child, and even the death of an elder. Boys grow up in cattle camps, learning not just to herd, but to lead. Songs are written about prized bulls. People name themselves after their cows. It's love, not ownership. And no, they don't eat them. Not casually. Cows are sacred. They are milked, admired, and even mourned. Only in rare ceremonies, funerals, farming, or great misfortune is a cow killed for food. To eat one is to part with a piece of your soul. I'm Moyosore Adibi for Just Africa, only on SOUQ News TV.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, monitoring, and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. Ready to make an impact? For more information, email us at info@adstudycenter.com or call +234 912 439 2362. Visit us today at www.adstudycenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Broad Street. Broad Street, situated in Lagos Island, is steeped in Nigerian history. Once the biggest financial hub of the country, it housed the headquarters of major banks, linked the CBN, the stock exchange, and the loads of lender companies. Broad Street is a historically significant street. It has played a central role in the development of Lagos and history, an important commercial and administrative center for the British colonial authorities. It was also a home to some of the city's earliest modern buildings. Broad Street was a residential area in the pre-colonial era. With the British came the Methodist Boys High School in 1878 and the Broad Street Prison in 1882.
For generations rather, capital has been defined by what you can touch, like land, oil, factories, and money in the bank. But across Africa today, a new form of capital is quietly rewriting the rules of wealth creation. It is not buried in the ground, it lives in the mind. In a global digital economy driven by content, culture, and originality, African creativity is being consumed at unprecedented levels. Yet, the critical question remains, who truly owns the value of Africa's creative output? Welcome to Just Africa on SOUQ News Television. I am Omevi Idolor, and I'm not doing this alone. I have my favorite person with me in the studio, Emmanuel Amolo, in the studio. Hello, Emmanuel.
I'm not happy. It's midweek. I'm not happy. Off air. The way the female conglomerates and banter, and in my head I'm looking like, am I supposed to be here?
No, you should be celebrating women.
No, if they already ganged up against me, and I'm feeling so. This is gender war starting already.
Oh no!
We got a very pretty, interesting guest, very young, and the fact that she threw that first salvo threw me off. But of course, it's still Just Africa. We will accommodate. We are gentlemen.
Young and intelligent.
Did I just say the gang up already? It's okay. Welcome to Just Africa today. It's a midweek edition of the show, and of course, hello Lagos, hello Nigeria, hello Africa. We're excited to have this conversation again, especially because of the person who, when I did my research about her, I learned one person so young can have so many feathers, and it showed that there are so much endless possibilities that the African youth can achieve and have as potentials within them. I said, no, we need to have these conversations there. Perhaps to encourage somebody out there to be more of themselves. And you just need to dig deep to see the opportunities that are on the continent.
Yes, we'll still be talking about creativity, you know, the economic part of it.
Yes.
And I love the fact that our guest is an economist. She understands the business part of
So the fact that it was so young, how many days ago were we arguing with one of our guests and saying, they don't teach young people these things anymore. We just learn the theory and everybody goes to school.
Exactly.
But seeing that there's somebody who embodies it already and she's still young, there's hope for people like me. There's hope now, act back by you like this. The way you smiled and giggled and made it look like, no. There's still hope for you.
This episode episode of Just Africa explores creativity as an economic asset, examining how storytelling, branding, and digital engagement can move from self-expression to sustainable enterprise. It interrogates why many African creatives struggle to monetize their work despite talent and visibility, and what economic thinking is missing from creative practice. We'll go on this quick break, and when we come back, we will be coming with the special guest. You don't want to miss the face. You don't want to miss whatever she has to say. Just stay with us. We'll be right back. Yeah, welcome back to Just Africa on SOUQ News Television. Please do to follow us on all our social media platforms at SOUQ News TV and subscribe to the Just Africa show on all our YouTube channel at Just Africa. So today we will examine creativity not as a passion project, but as capital, something that can be invested, protected, scaled, and transferred across generations. So we ask, how do young African creators move from visibility to viability, from applause to income, from talent to ownership? To help us answer these questions is Chidima Hilary Uge. She is an economist and founder of the Creative Anecdotes, that's TCA. Chidima represents a new generation of African thinkers blending economics with creativity. As a founder of the Creative Anecdotes, TCA, she works directly with young creators and entrepreneurs, helping them to use storytelling, branding, and market insights to access opportunities and build value-driven identities. Her background in economics, combined with hands-on experience in marketing, finance simulations, and brand communications, gives her a grounded understanding of both creative ambition and economic discipline. Hello, Chidima. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Just Africa.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a wonderful introduction. Thank you.
Well, it is who you are, so.
Take your flowers.
You should take it off.
Thank you.
Since we are doing Just Africa, we will share the flowers that we have. We'll give you ugu and water leaf. It's still flower.
Come on, you don't do that.
It's not flower.
So what we that there will be red carpet here, so I was looking for the red carpet.
Yeah, we actually wanted to roll it. No, you know, in the southern part and the east part of Nigeria, when you have a special visitor, you actually don't roll red carpet. Our grandparents would go to the boxes and bring out their expensive wrappers and to roll them on the floor.
Don't leave me,
That's
don't
Africa.
leave me. Sense will not leave me.
Okay, so maybe when you're coming next time, we'll try to get those wrappers.
Those ones, those branded ones.
Okay, so when we talk about creative capital, what does that mean really?
So, creativity as a capital, or creative capital. So in terms of African creatives, let me just start by saying that the African creative industry or the creative economy is actually quite big, and we've grown really, really fast over the years. And when we talk about creative capital, we're talking about investment, revenue, not just seeing creativity as a passion or an expression, but something more than just that. It's a production, there's an investment, that there is money in the creative economy. So this is what I actually see as creative capital.
Well, okay, so creativity is often undervalued here. Now, not just the work now, we're talking about the economic part of it, the monetization. It is highly undervalued. What is responsible for that?
Oh, there are actually too many structural gaps responsible for that. But let me start by saying, even as creatives ourselves, we see our talent, we see it as passion, we don't see it as a business. If you're not working the formal jobs, you see the formal job as strictly a business, but when it comes to your creativity, you see it like a side thing. And I think that is where the problem starts. Also, we also have speaking generally in terms of the government is still yet to recognize the economic values of creative talents and invest in the creative economy. And to also tell you that creative is also part of the informal sector. The informal sector is growing really, really well, very high. I mean, apart from creatives, we also have freelancers, normal voluntary jobs like tailors and all that. These are the informal sectors. And the government is serious to invest in that sector. So another thing is, apart from just seeing creativity as a business, many people still don't know how to position their ideas. They don't have clarity on what they are. The government is not even willing to invest in some of its infrastructures. These are the structural gaps I'm talking about. So this is why a lot of creativity is still feeling undervalued. And it's something that we need to really look into, especially when you span across the years from 2020, speaking for my generation as Gen Zs, from 2020 down to 2025. The creative economy started booming from that 2020, between 2020 and 2022, where everybody had more time on social media. We also had the digital platform where we can now monetize right now. Everybody has time to watch a lot of things on social media. We've passed the stages of billboard and all those things. It gets so easy right now. But the most important thing is how easy is this for us as young people to have access to these opportunities? So that's where the issue is.
Yeah, but I mean, you're an economist, and I like to have this kind of brain. Because I wanted to study economics to school, but let's just go into art. I don't live like that. But as an economist, I mean, what does it teach us to turn our ideas to value? Right? Because look, ideas is not our problem here. We can just sit down here and create it. But converting those ideas into something that is of value, what does economists teach us? So tell us that answer from an economist point of view.
Okay, from an economist perspective, economists actually teach you as a creative a lot of things. So in terms of idea, for you as a creative to consider your idea as valuable, there are some things you need to put in place.
Okay.
Number one, if you have an idea as a creative, like you said, it's so easy for creatives to have this idea.
Yeah, as I said,
but then, what is this idea for? Who is this? What is the problem that this idea is solving?
Okay.
Are other people willing to pay for this idea? That's another question. Is it monetizable? Are people willing to... sometimes, we as creatives, we all see, follow your passion, follow your passion, yeah, but that passion is valuable to you, but is it valuable to other people? Is it something that is sustainable in the long term?
Okay.
So that's what economists teaches you. Apart from that, economists also teaches you about scarcity. In economics, what we term as scarcity, and what makes you, and also the term differentiation, where we talk about different type of markets.
Yeah.
What makes you different from this other creative? Everybody understands. Let me give you an example. Everybody understands storytelling. Everybody is using storytelling in their niche right now. But if in my own, as a personal brand or as a creative, I'm using storytelling, what will make my story different from the other person?
Yes.
That's what will make me earn more. So if everybody is actually doing the same thing, it means that there will be no value, there will be no profit. So that's where economics comes in. And I feel like it has been an idea for me to understand that the problem is not that these creatives are not talented, they don't know what to do, or their ideas are not there. But apart from the infrastructure that are there, we need to learn to infuse in creative, educate creatives on understanding how economic, the value of their own creativity, the economic value of this. And that is where, it all blooms, if you understand. So that's it.
What do we often misunderstand then? Because it says we make them understand the value and everything. So what do we often misunderstand? Because the truth is, again, we were still talking about it a couple of days ago, that we're out there, but we're not making money. They know us globally, but we're not making money.
Visibility
so
is
what is that thing that we misunderstand in terms of making money and converting this? You're getting them to understand, but what is it that we misunderstand?
Okay. If you ask me about I really wish that a lot of creatives understand that the fact that you are hardworking, or you're really busy, or you're making so much effort does not mean that you're profitable.
Okay.
Shots fired.
You can, I'm going to give you an example. If you're a graphic designer, a graphic designer can be so good at what he does. He can gain so much followers. he can receive all the praises in this life. But at the same time, if he does not understand the economic value of his craft, if he does not understand economic value, I'm talking about pricing mechanism, how to position yourself in the market, how to sustain yourself as a business, not as a talent, as a business, and long term. That's where the economics comes in. You won't find yourself being profitable. I also wish that, more creative try to suit, or let me put it this way. Most times, one time, maybe when we go viral, you can also, you always like those comments and everything. It's not the same thing as money as well. For the fact that we see on social media, people get, 10,000 likes or maybe reactions or comments, that's not where the money is converted.
Okay.
That's not where the money is converted.
So where is the money come from?
Yeah. So the thing is, I'm just build like just a very simple life cycle.
Okay.
So me as a personal brand, if I create content to build a momentum, I'm creating content not just for attention, but to get the source of my audience. Okay. So it's from that source that my audience, or that loyalty that my audience has built with me, that makes them request for my product or my services. And that's what converts to money.
Okay.
That is where the money is converted. So, of all these things we said, that's why I said, it's also important that creatives also understand that, the fact that you're visible, you're showing up online, does not mean that the money is going to come.
Okay, so talking about showing up online, but most times, creatives are encouraged to keep posting. Keep posting, so that the more you're seeing, the more the money. That's the mindset, or that is what is being told generally. Keep posting, keep posting. So if I keep posting, people are saying it, and it's not generating fun for me, then why should I keep posting?
Okay, so the fact that you're posting every single day is, it's not just keep posting. So for me, myself, coming out to post, consistency, that's what I call consistency. Consistency works alongside with a lot of things. You're not just being consistent alone. There's some other things you need to know about yourself. But before that consistency, you want to understand who are you as a brand, as a creative, who are you? What are you bringing to the table? You're trying to gain clarity on what you're doing. Then before you know it, you begin to show yourself in the faces of your audience so that your audience will remember you for that thing. So posting consistency does not necessarily mean that, I want to show up and then somebody will just walk up to you one day. Yeah. There are other things I've done behind the scenes. Attending physical events, I've walked up to someone and said, this is what I can offer you. It's not just about posting online. The online credibility is not enough for you.
Okay.
This is not enough for you. There are other things that come with it that you need to do. You also need to have a strategy. Look at people in your industry. Look at people around you, people who are competing with you. I remember before I started building a personal brand, that was around December 2024. We're about to come into 2025. And then, although I had a LinkedIn account, and I was working an internship at that time. It was towards the end of my internship. So while working, I was like, what's next for me? I was about to enter my final year of school. And what's next for me? I don't think I want to work during my final year, but I should do something else. I've had so many experiences. I've worked in the bank. I've worked in defense industry. I've done social media management. I've done all these things.
How were you doing all this? And you were going to school. Okay, so let's just allow her to learn. We are going to put it down. We are going to come back to this question.
Okay. So I did all these things, and I said, okay, since I've had all this experience, let me put them into process. And that was how I started on LinkedIn. And, I just went to AI, this is the idea I have in my head, help me do this, help me do that, No, don't do it this way. I don't think it will work that way. I think, how about you do it this way? What do you think about it? AI will tell me this and this. And before you know it, by communicating with AI, I was transferring and copying and pasting, already building my brand on paper. And before you know it, I built up to 60 pages. I didn't even realize I built 60 pages of a document. And you see, that 60 pages document, every time I feel like I'm going outside the trend, or outside what I've planned for myself in the future, like a vision, but I go back
there.
So I don't get carried away. That's what I do. So these are things like, I didn't come, when I came to LinkedIn, I didn't come as, you know, I was just coming to come and show up or be consistent. I came with a plan.
Yeah.
I knew what I wanted. I wanted to work with brands. I said I would not take any free course. I would invest my savings in anything that would give me value.
Yeah.
So the first ever thing in that January, I did a challenge and I invested. I took 20K, I closed my eyes, picked that 20K from my account, invested and said, sit down and learn this thing, even if it's to understand. Even before coming to LinkedIn, I even tried to measure, you know, the social platform. What platform do you think I'll be able to stand up or stand up from other creatives? And I also realized that LinkedIn is not a lot of creatives on LinkedIn, but also there are still some creatives there. But how can I be able to stand out despite the fact that, I'm also doing creativity, you know, I had planned for almost every single thing.
Okay, so what makes you think that you stand out really as a creative?
Okay. So I think one of the things I feel like that makes me stand out as a creative is the fact that I'm intentional about what I do. It's not the fact that, I have talent. It's so easy for you to have your ideas, like you said, and keep working on others. And then I also provide a solution.
Okay.
I provide solutions.
What particular solution?
So I provide solutions to creatives by helping them see the economic value of what they have in themselves.
Okay.
So how I do that is, instead of, you know, I actually thought to myself, how am I going to teach creatives how to understand the economic part of your creativity?
Because that's actually my next question. How will I know the economic value?
Internet is here.
Yes. How do I know the economic value? Yeah.
So I actually thought to myself, you know, how was I going to tell this creative? Because I know creatives, we hate boring things.
Yes, no.
They can't sit down to read this thing. Though I read, but at some point, you know, I actually, even in school, I prefer my mathematics to English.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can't actually sit down to start doing the research and the time, creatives are not interested. So that was where I brought up a strategy, you know, storytelling. Storytelling is very important. So I said, okay, even if I don't have so many lived experiences, but I can create realistic experiences, you know, that they can relate to around themselves. So I help them write these stories and they see themselves in that story. They see themselves taking the same process. So that's how they are able to understand the economic value of your creativity. And that's what exactly I do.
So storytelling has been very, very important for you. I mean, not just as a brand, but also helping people.
Yeah.
So how important is it, I mean, in the digital economy now, because creatives, many of us are playing in the digital space. We've had those of us even do lots of it on the blockchain. The lady that came on, I think it was on Monday, she was saying how the whole blockchain also allows creatives to be
Web 3 and the rest.
How? But now they're emphasizing on this storytelling. Please tell us how important is it as part of this journey?
Okay, so storytelling for me is like a strategy, like the easiest way. And even as Africans or even as Nigerians, we have so many lived experiences. You know, it's when you scroll on social media, no matter how sad or no matter how bad the economy is, there's no way you scroll through, you will not find something really, really funny. You know, people create a lot of things, right? So storytelling is very, very important because, you know, not just when you want to sell a product or just service, but when you want to explain something to somebody, it makes them understand the meaning of what you're explaining to them. It gives an identity to that thing. Storytelling, in terms of products, maybe you want to work with a brand, it helps you understand the value of that product. Storytelling also helps you to get the source of your audience, you know, let them source you. It's just like, I'll give you an example of a brand now, you know, Oramo. As much as I don't even see a lot of your ads, but the first time I ever used the Oramo brand, ever since that day, if my charger is not Oramo, if my ear edition, if my power bank is not Oramo, I'm not buying any other brand. And because of the loyalty I have for that brand, the trust I've gained over time. So that's what storytelling does for you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so let's go to your school time. I'm not going to forget it. So while you were in school, you said as at 2025, while you were about graduating, right?
Yeah, I just graduated this month, January 20th.
Good. So you had worked in the bank. You have worked as a...
I've done social media management.
So you've actually had some experiences. How are you coping with studies, doing this and going to school? You have to read, you have to work, how are you able to do all that?
It was tough. It was tough. And for some of them, I didn't do them alongside with school. Some of them were done in my break season.
Okay.
And some of them were compulsory internships from school. So my whole journey from hustling started from, let's say, I think I was writing around 2020. And, that COVID season, I was so tired of staying at home. And I was like, everybody, I don't have money to invest in anything that will give me value. I went to Google and I said, what can I start without investing money in it? And then after scrolling and, spending time surfing through the net, I just saw something like blogging. I was like, I just did my research, I nested, created websites, I went to Wix website, Wix didn't work for me, I went to WordPress. From WordPress, I said, okay, all right, what will I write about? I started writing about random things that I could do, just random things. And next thing, as I'm reading, they said, you have to focus on a niche. I said, okay, let me look for something I'm good at. And I started writing things about creativity. I started writing my creative stuff. That was where the whole inspiration started.
Wow.
Started writing my creative stuff as a creative. And before that, creativity was, the creative art department was beside me, so I had this friend who actually introduced me to a lot of creatives. And that was where I discovered the struggles, as creatives, and I would write down the stuff. So that was the only thing I could do. I didn't even think there was anything like monetizing or that. So it was just me just writing to ease off the boredom. So after the writing season, school started and all that. So I need money as students. You'll be given allowance. Sometimes it's not enough. But at the same time, you yourself, you're not just looking for the money. You're looking for how to put yourself out there. So I started modeling, started face modeling, started joining some agencies. And over time, I just realized, this is not even feasible. So the security is another bigger risk, going from mainland to island. I was like, let's just leave this thing out of us. So from there, I got my first ever internship. That was my first compulsory internship from school. I worked with Stanbic IBTC. And it was like a major role for me. I was like, yes. I worked as a credit analyst in the bank, Stanbic IBTC. After that, after the holiday, I was like, no, I'm not used to just school alone. I'm not used to just school alone. I've always been this hustler in school. So I go online, apply for jobs. And then next thing I got like social media management job from someone who works in the US. It was really amazing. I understood social media, understood social media analysis, a lot of things. So it was from this entire experience that I had that actually gave me more ideas apart from just my own main field as an economist. So that was where I was able to get all this experience from. I didn't close my eyes and say, I'm a creative, let me rely on my writing alone. No, I opened my mind to other things.
What were some of the challenges you had working with creatives? Because they could be stubborn, because they have the idea. They have something in mind that they want to do. So you're not coming to tell them that, okay, this thing, let's convert it. When you do ABC, you'll be able to get XYZ. And you have so amount of money, and they tell you, no, it's my idea. You are changing it. You are changing the vision. The vision is to go like this. You are trying to... How were you, first of all, what were the challenges and how were you able to scale through?
Working as a creative for me was actually very tough. I also had my parents on the side who were also very overprotective.
Exactly.
Very overprotective. And also, also African parents, they don't also consider creativity as a very tangible thing.
That was how we started with. they feel they're not serious people.
Yeah, yes. So, but I think what works for me over time, what I feel actually worked for me over time is the fact that I think I made them trust me. You know, I didn't give them any reasons to doubt me after all. Yeah, they will tell you, oh, be careful, this and that. Don't go here. Don't go, why are you doing this thing? They want you to kill you with questions so that at least you'll be discouraged to go. But I also feel like my parents also like, you know, thank God that they gave me a chance to be able to explore these other things. You know, so it didn't keep me just as my economics career.
Okay.
You know, I would have been frustrated.
Really?
Yeah, I would have been frustrated. It's very, very easy for you to be frustrated. It's not because I don't like my economy, but at least I want to explore that thing.
That's the question I was going to ask you, though, because look, to be honest, while I was studying economics, right, preparing to go and study this kind of thing, it was a lot of work. Now you're focusing more on your creative side. What happened to your economics? Why did you go to school? Yes. Why did you just go to maybe theater arts or what other thing? Do creative writing or something? Rather than do economics and then you just leave it in the cooler. Because I'm talking like a parent now. Like, why isn't I will let this money to put you in school and do economics? Nah, they're doing creative. I mean, why did you dovetail and then leave one? Why did you just focus on the creative part?
I think I love them both.
Okay.
Without both, I don't think is. I mean, if I'm to focus on my creative part, I'm going to say fashion, there's writing. There's also, when I was younger, I used to draw, but I didn't really improve on those skills. I didn't really see anything. So, but it's between fashion and, you know, writing. But I think I also like the idea of economics myself. So for me, studying economics, apart from, you know, understanding the world, the global economy and all that, you know, I also, you know, economics also gives you a chance anywhere. I mean, like, when you talk about courses, you know, degrees, economics gives you a chance to work anywhere. So if I'm studying economics, I'm likely to switch into any field I want to. You know, I'm not saying it's going to be that easy. But my economics gives me over that one big advantage I love about economics. I can decide to switch to, and everybody needs economics. You need an economics. Everybody needs an economics.
That's why I said it's a lot of work.
Everybody needs an economics.
Yeah, you know, everybody needs it. I heard, after this question, we'll go on a break, but I heard that economists are very fist tightened. Their hands are, their hands are always like that. I didn't say that. I only said their fists are always tight. Is it true?
I don't know what exactly that means.
Okay, we'll go on this quick break. By the time we're coming back, Chidima will be ready with that answer. Because right now she says she doesn't understand. So go stay with us. We'll be right back.
The Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission, empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, monitoring, and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. Ready to make an impact? For more information, email us at info@adstudycenter.com or call +234 912 439 2362. Visit us today at www.adstudycenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. At Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Hello Nigeria, hello Africa. Yeah, this is Sound Man. Keep watching SOUQ News.
My name is Babalola from Excel LED. Keep watching SOUQ News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoy you all to always watch SOUQ News TV.
Hi, I'm Tom Boggables, and please keep watching SOUQ News.
Wale Seriki, SLG Lagos Island East, SOUQ News, keep out watching them and keep a lookout for them. They're up and coming, and we're proudly to be affiliated with them.
You alone where they make me go crazy. This your love in the cool of my brain. You're my medicine, I need you all day. Yo, it's Blackface Nigeria, and you're watching SOUQ News TV. Keep it locked on this dial, don't change it. You know what I say? Blackface Nigeria, love no bad.
Yeah, welcome back to Just Africa on SOUQ News Television. You can still do well to follow us at Just Africa on our YouTube channel. I will be having this robust conversation with Chidima Hillary, and she has been telling us so much about creativity, how to turn your ideas into money. So it's not just all about you going there and posting. What you're posting, how does it generate money?
I like the fact that she even said even all the likes, even like have the likes, it doesn't translate to money. I'm like, okay, if you are chasing likes and comments, you will chase it out.
Yes.
If you don't do the right thing.
But there's something that Chidima refused to talk about, and she said she does not know. When I said,
at this point, because I wanted to, me too, I can say, I can answer for you how.
That they have a tight fist.
It is not true. We only let me let her answer.
Yeah, because our viewers are actually saying, who is the fine girl? And of course, she's African. Chidima is her name. So you can also reach her via LinkedIn. Yes, Chidima is still in the studio, and she's still telling us so much about creativity. So how can creatives post content or put out content strategically on social media? Not just because right now posting is not just all about it. How do you do it strategically?
Okay,
so it will generate money.
Okay. So first of all, you also need to know that there are actually different ways you can actually generate income when you post online. Okay. You know, for me, how I do it is, apart from the services I offer, so I offer some graphic design services. Some people will reach out to me and say, oh, I'd like to build a portfolio. And I'm like, oh, look at my portfolio. Have you seen my portfolio? Do you like it? Or do you have a mood board? So apart from services you have to offer, there's also like working with brands that align with what you already do. So in terms of creating content strategically, now there are different types of content that you can create online. You know, whenever I'm building my content calendar, I usually create my content in such a way that they drive engagement. So especially for this year, I've built my content calendar because my goal is to actually work with brands, and brands are actually looking forward to engagement. You know, how many, they're not looking for your likes, they're looking for the engagement. You know, how active are your audience, what kind of comments do they make about you. So I make sure that I'm intentional about the content ideas I pick. Is it actionable things? Is it tips? Is this anything that has to do with perspective? You know, is it personal reflections? Is it how to post? You know, these are strategic things that actually, strategic kind of posts that actually perform well online. You understand? So it, in all, like, it also depends on the goal you want to achieve at the end of the day. If your goal is to show, oh, I want to move to 5,000 followers, create your content alongside with that goal. What kind of content will drive me followers? Will drive people to my profile page?
Okay.
If your goal is to work with brands, what kind of contents will attract brands to me and say, oh, I like what you do? You know, these are the kind of content ideas. You know, also AI also helps as well. So I make use of AI a lot, and so you know, I have a lot of like my AI is my PhD. I don't have to employ somebody. Okay. You understand? So AI has also been very, very helpful. And sometimes, you know, you have to read outside what you already know.
Okay.
look outside. What are the strengths for today? Now, a lot of creatives will want to copy these strengths, but some of these strengths will not work for you.
Yeah.
So you don't just look at strengths and start copying the same thing you are doing, but you need to ask yourself, is this going to work for me? If I do this, sometimes even as economists, you make predictions.
Yes.
Yeah, so predictions are actually very important. You're likely to make predictions. You can actually make predictions for yourself, but sometimes the algorithm can be.
Yeah. I thank God you mentioned this post and standing out. Was again, I also found you on LinkedIn. I'm gonna lie because you stood out, and one of the things that stood out for me was how you write your stories. I'm not gonna lie because I read through some of them and in my head I'm like, wait, I have to go check the person. I have to bring this person over to the studio. One of your posts, which she said I should wait till now to you mentioned something about you being at the top 2 of creators, and I didn't understand what that meant.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
let us know.
Okay, so speaking on that, so last year around April, a week after my exam, so we were doing like a 30 days challenge, and then on that, I think that season, I think almost 6,000 creators from across social media platforms wanted to, take the challenge. And this challenge was
6,000?
Yeah.
Over 6,000?
I think maybe across 6,000 or close to that, but, people were, you could tell that a lot of creators really want to improve on themselves.
Yeah.
They want us to be consistent, they want us to know how to make money. So when you hear Ade Friday, you want to tap her brain. You want to tap a lot from her. So, and I knew that, and we also had to pay, I think I paid about 5,000 or 6,000. So I said I was going to do this as long as it's Ade Friday because I've been looking for ways to tap from her. So I registered for it. My last class in school, I registered for it, and then so it was a 1 month, 30 days. And so each week, brands will actually give you a challenge. There were 4 brands. So the first brand for that week was the Remote Worker Challenge. And I know myself, I've always wanted to work with brands. What can I actually do for brands? And I turned out the brand brief came out. I looked through the brand brief, and I was like, how am I going to compete with people from Instagram?
Yes.
People are going to create videos. Some people are posting on TikTok. And videos work really, really well. Understand? I don't know how I was going to use my phone to create videos or sit down to edit videos. Because I know what I'm good at, writing. So I sat down that night. I didn't sleep through the night. And then I posted the content by 5 a.m. or so early in the morning. I started thinking, what would make people... So I decided to identify the pain points that this brand serves. So I think it was even on the brand brief, if I can still remember. There were about 5 pain points. And I had to look for the closest pain points to my target audience.
Okay.
For me to win that brand challenge, I had to look for the one that would resonate with my audience. If not, that post wouldn't have grown. So I had to identify the closest pain points. And one of these was, you don't necessarily have to be techie to be able to get remote job opportunities. I think there was another one. So I picked 2 pain points and ignored the rest. So I used that. Then I also decided to create an experience, real life experience. Exactly what will happen is what you will see yourself doing.
Yeah.
So I created the experience by narrating the story from beginning to end. But there was one more thing left. During the first line, what grabbed the attention of your audience is what we refer to as hook. So I was also doing carousel storytelling, whereby I create carousels, and then as you're scrolling through the carousel, you're curious until you reach to the end.
Yes.
So the hook was very important to me, that if I can capture the attention of my audience, every other thing
didn't matter. Yeah, just go smooth.
Yeah. So the particular hook, and I started looking for a hook. That was the last thing that kept my time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I was like 4,000 naira, and I was supposed to sell a product for them, sell their products. So 4,000 naira got me 300K job. I think that was the hook. Like, imagine spending 4,000
naira to get
3,000
naira.
300K.
That's betting.
So,
how many odds did you carry?
that hook alone, seeing it on the carousel, the first slide, I think that was what caught the attention of a lot of people, and that was how it spread. So this is my own. The only thing I was left with was for me to praise God that I got it not.
Take it away.
Yeah, so I was so confident in myself that I did a good job. I was just paying for the algorithm and, you know, other creators who will use video content.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I came up as second runner-up.
Wow. Okay.
Second runner-up. Yeah.
Okay. From what you said now, is it possible that most creatives don't even know that pinpoint when they are posting or when they are telling their own stories to capture the attention of their audience?
Yeah, it's actually very possible. Very, very possible. So for me, I remember telling you about building 60 pages.
Yes.
Right? Now, before you even come online to say, oh, I'm a brand, you need to know what you do or what you want to be remembered for. The next thing you now look at is, what problem are you trying to solve? So what I did was, at least you could highlight about 5 problems.
That you wanted to solve.
I'm not talking about problems that other people are already solved.
Yes, yes.
I'm not talking about the big, big problems. But there are some common problems that scissors solve. And if you know you can actually stand out from your competitors who are trying to solve that problem, go for it. So I was able to highlight 5. And so for every of my posts, I build them around those points.
Wow.
You build those points. Don't forget every other single thing.
Yeah.
Build
Identify the
about 80 to 90% of your posts or your contents around that pain point. That is it.
An algorithm will always stand you out because essentially you're doing something that, even if they are doing it in the same space, you're doing yours different.
Yes, your competitors will be there, but you will stand out from other people who are your competitors. I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, when people see my content, like, oh, girl, how are you doing this thing as a creative in LinkedIn, you know, how are you trying to stand out? So these are actually things I've learned, you know, over the years.
Because, like I said, she stood out. It was easy to, like, I had to now read through and like, wait a minute, who is this person? And I went and checked. This person is a young person. I remember conversing with her. She said, oh, the last time I was supposed to invite her, I think we had to reschedule. Said it was her graduation. I'm like, hey, graduation where? Because I didn't imagine that what I was reading was coming out from somebody who is yet to graduate.
Yes. So, talking about that really, many people wait till after graduation.
Before they start to explore these things.
Many. They tell you, like you said, mom and dad, they have a role to play when it comes to wait till graduation. My parents are in that category as well. So why didn't you wait? Why did you say, okay, I'm in school, we got to do it now, I have to start now? Why didn't you wait like most other students?
I think it was the drive for me to do more. So like when you come to a school like Unilab, students are not doing one thing alone. Students are hustling. You yourself, you want to do your own thing. You can't, some students prefer that, oh, okay, let me just finish school. But majority of students in Unilab, they are hustling. I studied in Unilab, and before you even walk 2 steps, somebody's selling something. Somebody's selling something to you. Even if it's close, as face, you know, students are selling something and students will buy from students. You understand? So it was that drive for me to do something more than just economics, to put myself out there. So there was just that drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk.
I wanted something more.
Yeah. Not money, Sha. No money.
No, I think money was part of this.
You wanted more, but not money.
It wasn't money. I didn't even know how I was going to make the money. But it was, I wanted something. I wanted to know for something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to put myself out there.
That's the most natural thing anybody can say, which is why this leads me to the next question. As the founder, essentially, what made you create the anecdote?
Yeah, the creative anecdotes.
Because I didn't want to say what made you create the creative. I didn't want to play with the words. What made you create the anecdote?
Okay. So the anecdotes, or TCA, was initially like a blog. It was just my WordPress blog and platform where I just write my thoughts as a creative and every other creative relates to it. So it got to a point where I felt like, you know, I think I also want to be a founder. I want to have a business of my own. And even till now, I do want to have a business of my own. And it's not easy for you to start a business because I've also had experiences where I've started with someone who is growing a company from the ground.
Yes.
So before I even did that, I joined, after my Stanbic IBTC, before I decided to be banned from a blog to have an actual brand, I decided to join, IAC Foundation, it's based in Akwa Ibom, and then I had this birth then case who was just growing a foundation from the start. And I said, okay, let me join in, not because I want to just be a content writer there or join their marketing team, but I want to understand what it means to grow a brand from scratch as a founder. So that was where I joined. So I, apart from that, I got a lot of experiences, in fact, I took a lot of lessons and experiences from them. And after that, I said, okay, I think it's time for me to rebrand. I've learned 1 or 2 things. I've learned a lot of things. I know how to lead. In fact, I led a marketing team of around 5, even more people. Yeah. So I went from that stage. I've learned things already.
Yeah.
Okay. At this point,
yes, you
just
asked the question, but so you can grab a glass of water. We'll go on this quick break, and when we come back, the conversation continues. Stay with us.
My name is SOUQ News. I'm the CEO of Gozi Micro Insurance. Continue to watch SOUQ News.
Adenike Adeyemi, Executive Director of Faith Foundation. Keep watching SOUQ News.
My name is Shepherd Michael Adewale Onofuye. I enjoin you all to always watch SOUQ News TV.
Hey everyone, Majuli Obaje here representing Gigi. Keep watching SOUQ News, okay? Stay updated with SOUQ News.
My name is Aton Kame. I am the head of MSME banking. Please keep watching SOUQ News and stay glued to SOUQ News.
I recommend that more and more people should watch SOUQ News because they deal with business news.
Hi, my name is Amaka Wokolo. I am the director of the Faith Institute at Faith Foundation. Keep watching SOUQ News.
Tafawa Balewa Square, TBS. Tafawa Balewa Square was initially used as a horsing ground called Lagos Race Course. The edifice was constructed by General Yakubu Gowon in 1972 and named after Nigeria's first Prime Minister, Sir Tafawa Balewa. Tafawa Balewa Square is located at 45/57 Marcy Bangboshe Street on Lagos Island, Lagos, and referred to as TBS. TBS is a 50,000-seater capacity venue and houses the Remembrance Arcade, the 26-story Independence House, which at a time was the country's tallest building. When Lagos served as the country's seat of government, the National Assembly Complex was within the TBS. Also in the square are the National Broadcasting Commission Office, the Nigerian Hydrological Services Agency Office, shopping centers, travel agencies, restaurants, car parking lots, and a bus terminal. Tafawa Balewa Square is adorned with beautiful statues of white horses and red eagles, symbols of strength and dignity. Our historic neighbors include the King's College and the Holy Cross Cathedral. Tafawa Balewa Square hosted some of the country's memorable events, such as the Independence Day in 1960, when Nigeria gained independence from Britain, the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, which is celebrated annually on January 15. The edifice is a national cultural asset. Tafawa Balewa Square, SOUQ Enlightenment.
Yeah, welcome back to Just Africa, and I must confess that we are having an interesting conversation here. Though very young, both at heart and at age.
At this point, I have to dance that one.
She is.
No, I'm sorry. I have to dance that one.
Chidera is still with us, and Amolo said that she's not young.
No. Do you know those videos where you watch young children, like kids, and they do something like no, this is grandma or grandpa that came back. All the while she was talking, right? That's how I felt. I mean, the last one before we went on the break was when she was saying, I led a team of 5 in marketing. Like, when did you now start marketing? Because who taught you marketing? Because if you just graduated school, I know worst case scenario, you're in your early 20s. So who taught you marketing? How did you start? How did you even lead a team of 5?
Okay, so to get to that part, I already told you that immediately after my Stanbic IBTC job as a banker, I had a friend who called and said, "Oh, I have this friend. He's starting up something. He's looking for people who can write content for them." I said, "Oh, sign me up. I have nothing I'm doing apart from school. Sign me up for it." And it was a volunteer role. So I got in. We already had like a leader who was leading us already at that time. Then over time, we just next thing, I think with my consistency and my hard work, I'm able to drive, to just work in the company. Despite even understanding how to grow a company, looking at the perspective of the founder. When the director, I think the director of the brand and marketing comms team, that was the name of our team. So I think they called and asked me if I want to move to the acting director. I just take the role of director. I said, me too.
Sounds like, I can't understand. Like, how? From where to where?
I said, me too. And the truth is, I don't think I've had like serious leadership positions. And how am I going to be able to rule others who are older than me? I mean, I'm not saying they're old, but I was the youngest. So how am I going to settle all these people? I said, okay, I will just do it for now, but you probably better find your director, acting director. I said, okay, sure. That was how I started leading the team and all that, and I never had any experience, if I was going to be honest. I didn't have any experience. I learned on the job. So one thing about me, I think I've noticed over time in terms of working with jobs, I'm a very fast learner, very intentional person. So I don't want to be this sluggish person at work, but I want to be sharp and up there, as long as you're willing to teach me. So I had to learn on the job. I'll go out there, read a lot of marketing tips online. If you open my Gmail, a lot of marketing trends, tips, I must read it before I go back, once I open my Gmail. So that was how I was able to learn about marketing on the job, understand how the marketing and brand team, even as a startup, is like the revenue generator of some companies, if you get me. So if you're a marketing team or your brand team, I'm not saying they're like the major, but when you start up a company, it's always important that you have like a marketing and brand team. And they are like the team that can make that company either make money or, you understand? They are the ones who have to put the company out there.
Wow. So do you think that creative economics should be taught in schools or maybe it should be taught intentionally?
Both.
Both.
A big yes. To be honest, yes. It's a serious challenge, and I wouldn't lie. When I was in UNILAG offers a lot of courses. I think when I was in like 200 or 200 level, there was a course we called creative economics. So in economics, we had some electives. You pick your electives from your department. So we had international economics, population economics. But there was creative economics, and for our own set, when I got to my final year, it was something that I would see and I would pick it, definitely. But when we got there, it wasn't part of the elective for us at our set, so which was very, very disappointing for me. But I had to make do with international economics and population economics. So I think it's also very important that, schools, especially our educational system, we get to infuse these courses for creative. I'm talking about elective courses, like real courses. I'm not talking about side courses, serious courses. And what creative economics teaches courses is market positioning, differentiation, financial literacy. These are things that are very important. How to position yourself out there, understanding what the market is about, what is happening today. A lot of people, even the 2025 tax reform system, a lot of creatives still will not even want to read that. But everybody has been doing so much marketing trends. When in school, everybody wants to help you understand this, and you're already getting boring already. So, but at the same time, it's also important that we're aware about the economic part. Taxation is important. We do taxation economics. Taxation is important. And then you just remember, oh my God, with all this stuff we're going to pay, we're going to work 10 times harder. And the richer you get, the more tax you pay. This is fair enough, the visa people get paid staff, you know. But I think it's also important that economists or creative economists may be infused in curriculum.
Okay, yeah, teaching creative economics in school, do you think it is enough, the knowledge being impacted in school, does it equate with reality outside school?
That's a big question.
Yes, that's why you will.
That's a big question. So, yes, of course, it has to be, like, I'm not even use like the normal economics now. When studying economics, everything we are doing in class, in school, is what is happening in Nigeria. So if I don't have any knowledge of some of these economics, or why the oil prices are increasing, why they are going down, or why the stock market is doing like this, or why it's doing like this, I don't think I'll be able to understand how to navigate the economy. I don't think I will understand how to do a business. I don't think I will be able to provide a solution for myself. It's something that helps with creative economics too. That's what it helps you understand. You know, when the economy is going like this, where do you go to? You understand? So that you don't just fall. It's very, very important. So that's what I think.
Okay, so there are so many young people right now that are either creatives or they want to come into your line, becoming a founder or becoming what should I call it now? I'm trying to say it right. So someone who will help other creatives to make value of their content, their talents and all that. So someone, a young person who wants to come in right now, what would you tell the person? Yes, we know you're young, but because of the kind of experiences that you have already, you already know how this space operates. So what would you tell a young girl or someone, not just young, anybody right now who wants to come into the space? Is there a particular skill they need to have, or what would you recommend that they should do?
Okay, so in terms of creativity, one skill, putting your creative aside, even if a passion for you, go into marketing. We know a lot about marketing. Marketing helps you make money.
Okay.
Marketing helps you make money. I think that is even the easiest thing I can even tell you. Marketing is also interesting. People will tell you sales. Sales is actually a lot of my work, but marketing helps you understand way more deeper into your services, what you want to do. So apart from marketing, I'm also thinking, I think it just depends on really what you want to do. Like, people really excel at a lot of things. So I can't really say this is where you should be as a creative. Some people's creativity, they're actually inborn, and that's a blessing. Some people, they develop interest in it. So what you need to do is, okay, you have an interest in this thing, right? How is it? You just need to ask yourself, okay, is there any problem I can solve with this particular skill that I'm interested in? Is there any target market available? Do I have an audience for this skill? And even if I have an audience, this kind of audience, do they really to buy? They don't find value in this thing. So these are actually important questions you need to ask yourself. So in terms of creativity is in different forms. So I can't really say, oh, you should do this or do that. But whatever creative aspect that you're going into, there's always a way for you to succeed in that thing. But just ask yourself an important question. Is this going to solve a problem for other people? Is this sustainable long term? So these are actually important questions you need to
Let me not run away from that thought, because you're mentioning how marketing is more profitable than sales. Just no, in simple terms, differentiate the two. Because the truth of the matter is, people kind of mistake the two sometimes. So simplify it and break it down so people understand why you said what you said.
Okay, so for me, in a simple form, so when you say marketing team, well, I know marketing team. They are the ones who do the social media, the ones at the back end. Like, they do the social media, the behind the scenes, they create the content, these are the marketing team.
Part of it.
Yeah. But the sales team, I feel like sometimes they can be physical. They do the direct calls that more like customer service, direct customers. Some of them, they go out there, that's the sales. So my own team, that's why I define the marketing team and then the
So
sales
essentially, the
team.
marketing is the brains that put the ideas and strategies together.
Yeah.
And the sales go out to sell it.
Yes, exactly. So, but they do work
That makes
hand
sense in
in
simple
hand.
terms, isn't it?
Yeah.
So why do you not say one makes more money? Maybe from this definition now, how would you now think?
Both of them make you money.
Yeah, because the salesperson essentially takes the product out there, innit? I mean, they are the ones that liaise with the customer directly, right? So if they work together, but somebody can actually play both roles.
Yeah, yeah.
Since the one that bought the idea, you can also still sell it, right? Just ensure that there's a customer to buy it, just like it's a proof value to it.
Okay, so before I let you go, there are things that you feel institutions should do to support creative economies.
There are actually a lot.
Yeah, okay,
I
a lot.
can't even see the get my that now. Because, please answer us. But I think I will start by saying that we still need more access to opportunities. This is what I've always planned to do. Because every day I'm thinking about how do I get to create these opportunities. I'm not good, but at the same time, you could also partner with brands to see how we can put these opportunities together for young people. I've actually noticed that most of these benefits, or maybe, like grants, they are foreign-based, if you've noticed.
Okay.
And a lot of us, sometimes when we're looking for opportunities, it's the international ones we're always targeting. Because if you see these local ones, like, I'm not saying there are no benefits that come from them, but we need more.
Yeah.
We need more, And so I feel like the government should actually simplify this access for us. We need to be able to get access. If it's not easy for us to get access locally, why do we have to struggle our way up there? That's it.
Yeah.
So we need access, simple access to some of these grants. We need more African companies who are passionate about developing systems for creative to help us with easy access to these things. We don't want to be so based on the foreign grants and all that, but we need more of these things from African countries, Nigerians as well. Then, the educational institutions as well, that creative economics is very important. Everybody needs economics. Even if you're not a creative, you need to understand your country. So for you to understand your country and live in the country and survive in this country, you need to understand what is going on in the economy. So it's important that creative economies, institutions should infuse that. There are a lot of talent competitions out there, but I think we should now start doing more of, apart from the, okay, if you want to learn marketing, come to this place. If you want to apart from that marketing, let's start training creatives what it means. Let's help them understand what this economic path is. Because it is the addition of creativity and economics that gives you that monetization, that pushes you where you want to be. You can't stand on creativity alone. You will burn out. You will just keep showing up for nothing. You will get frustrated. So I think these are just my recommendations for now.
Yeah, a very big thank you to you, Chidima Hilary. It has been a beautiful conversation with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on the show. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Amalo wanted to ask you something. Right?
I'm a nice person, all right. But where are you from?
Okay, I'm from Delta State.
What part?
Ochimili North local government.
Okay.
I'm from Ilatown. Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. So what's your favorite local dish from that place?
African. Not rice.
I said local. I said local from your village.
Come and tell me it's all your rice.
No, I don't know. From your village, which one do you like?
Okay, from my village, I think it just has to be the Efen salad and pounded yam with the big catfish inside.
Oh, wow.
Are you not a catfish? Delta people? How do you miss Delta? No, what do you miss out? No.
That's what we call white soup.
Yes.
So, yeah, my mom, for me, makes the best white soup. Yeah.
So, people from Oshimili, they speak, is it, no, okay, Undokwa is a local government on its own, right? So, what do people speak again?
I'm not like Igbo.
No, there is, I know Agbo, they speak Ika. But I can't remember the ones from Oshimili. So right now, yes, people speak Igbo. So this is just Africa. So of course, your fans are watching. Many people are watching you. You're going to say hello to them, speaking your dialect. Telling them to keep watching SOUQ News TV and subscribe to Just Africa, your dialect too. So you understand? It's Just Africa. Africa.
Yeah.
It's you cannot tell them thank you for watching in English. You speak it. You speak.
Okay, so Afambu, Hila Igashidima. Kedru. Thank you so much for watching Just Africa.
No.
You just want to be, you're not supposed to be this way.
I told you. Oh, Lord. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chidima, for coming on the show. Hope we'll reach out to you next time. You'll
Thank
still be
you so
available
much.
to join
Thank you
us,
so much. I'm so grateful.
All right, Amolo.
Yeah, again, I know that at least this part of the week, since we started this week, has shown a lot of creatives that there are opportunities out there, but you have to position yourself very well. Talent is not enough. We've had an IP lawyer come and tell you, put your ideas, put it where the money is, direct your ideas very well, package it very well. It's not so much about, being known globally, is it making you money? And having to know the intricacies of what you need to do. That's why Just Africa is very, very great.
Yeah.
And we've been able to bring people who are playing part in these sectors. And just like Hillary said, value is in everything that you do. You just have to know where to put it and know the person that you're targeting it to. Not to everybody.
Not everybody.
Everybody is, how do you do that system? Jack of all trades, a master of none.
Yeah.
Focus on somewhere. Put that value there and ensure that there's value in that. Otherwise, your effort will be wasted and nobody's going to pay for it.
Yeah, so Africa's future will not be built by resources alone. It will be built by ideas. So in a world where automation is replacing labor and technology is redefining value, creativity remains Africa's most renewable resource. Every story told, every sound created, every design imagined, every film produced, these are not just cultural expressions, they are economic instruments. If Africa continues to export talent without ownership, we will remain consumers of our own value. But if we invest in our creators, educate them to think beyond passion, and build systems that reward originality and ownership, then Africa doesn't just participate in the global economy. Africa shapes it. A very big thank you for joining us on today's episode of Just Africa. We'll be here tomorrow again. You stay with us. I am Omevi Idolo. Thank you for watching.
Africa, a continent with 54 unique countries, countless tribes and tongues. We see a country in this continent, despite not being the richest or biggest, it is rich in things that last a lifetime. Malawi treasures such as its natural beauty, cultural resilience, and Lake Malawi are some of the continent's most underappreciated economic lifelines. Malawi is referred to be the warm heart of Africa because of the friendliness of its people and its tranquil surroundings. However, Lake Malawi, Africa's third largest lake and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the economic hub of this landlocked nation. This glittering body of water, which covers an area of over 29,600 square kilometers, is not only a wonder of geography, but also a vital economic hub. For millions of Malawians, fishing is their main source of income. More than 700 different species of cichlid fish, many of which are indigenous, may be found in Lake Malawi. In addition to supplying communities with food and boosting local markets, this biodiversity links Malawi to worldwide aquariums and research facilities. The export of dried fish products and ornamental fish makes a substantial contribution to rural economies. A burgeoning tourism industry is also driven by the lake. Malawi's lakeside locations, from Nkata Bay to Cape Maclear, draw eco-tourists and backpackers seeking peace, quiet, kayaking, snorkeling, and genuine cultural experiences. The nation is becoming more and more popular among tourists looking for a less marketed experience because of its tranquil, friendliness, and affordable travel options. Beyond the lake, Malawi is making investments in sustainable development and agriculture, especially in the areas of sugar, tea, and tobacco, which support their traditional exports and encourage diversification into other crops like macadamia and legumes. Malawi is moving more and more towards agro-processing and resilience-based farming as climatic issues worsen. Malawi is unique not because of what it lacks, but rather because of how it uses what it has, transforming its communal strength and natural resources into a gradual but steady force for growth. I am Laura, and this is Just Africa.
Wale Soyinka, born Akiwande Oluwole Babatunde Soyinka on July 13, 1934, in Abeokuta, Ogun State, southwest Nigeria, stands as one of Africa's most celebrated literary figures and a global icon of resistance against oppression. His life and works reflect an unwavering commitment to justice, culture, and the transformative power of arts. Soyinka was born into a Yoruba family in colonial Nigeria, an environment that exposed him to both traditional African culture and Western education. His father, Samuel Ayodele Soyinka, was a school headmaster, while his mother, Grace Eniola Soyinka, was a devoted Anglican. This blend of indigenous and colonial influences deeply shaped Soyinka's world. Soyinka attended Government College Ibadan and later proceeded to the University College Ibadan, where he studied English and literature. Soyinka completed his education at the University of Leeds in England, earning a degree in English and later a doctorate degree. In the late 1950s, Soyinka began working as a dramaturgist at the Royal Court Theatre in London. However, his passion for storytelling and cultural preservation drew him back to Nigeria, where he founded two theatre groups known as the 1960 Masque and the Orisun Theatre Company. Soyinka's works, often a fusion of Western dramatic techniques and African themes, address universal issues of justice, freedom, and human dignity. His early play, titled A Dance of the Forest, which was introduced in 1960, written to celebrate Nigeria's independence, critically examined the nation's socio-political trajectory, setting the tone for his career as both artist and activist. Soyinka's activism became more visible during Nigeria's post-independence years. In 1967, during the Nigerian Civil War, he called for a ceasefire between federal forces and Biafran separatists. This led to his arrest by the military government, and he spent 22 months in prison, where he wrote a short drama titled The Man Died, Prison Notes, a harrowing account of his imprisonment and a profound critique of authoritarianism. Soyinka has authored more than 20 works, including plays, novels, poetry, and essays. In 1986, Soyinka became the first African to win the Nobel Prize of Literature, an achievement that brought global recognition to African literature. Soyinka remained an outspoken critic of oppressive regimes, often at great personal risk. His activism extended beyond Nigeria, addressing global issues of injustice and human rights. During periods of military rule in Nigeria, he went into exile, continuing to write and speak against tyranny. Today, Soyinka is celebrated not only as a literary giant, but also as a symbol of resilience and moral courage.
At the Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC, we are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing, and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, and monitoring and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. For more information, email us at info@adstudiescenter.com or call +234 912 039 2362. Visit our website www.adstudiescenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Well, you already know my name is Steve Omojafo, and my middle name is Bamidele. That was the name that my parents gave me at birth, because it was like they regarded themselves as not Lagosians. It is Providence that brought them into Lagos, and I then happened to be born here at Odo Street in Obalende, and in fact we had it. We didn't go to Mercy Hospital then. There was a little home along Odo Street run by a very experienced nurse, Mama Nurse. That's what we, So I was born in that little place, and grew up from there. Like I said, my middle name is Bamidele. My parents probably said, well, we have had it here, but this is not home. As at that time, you will go home with us. No problem. So I started off at St. Matthias Catholic Primary School on Louis Street. And I was in St. Matthias from 1953 till 1960, when we finished with our primary school leaving certificate. Then from there, an extra year at Holy Cross School. We needed that extra, they call it prep class. Prepare yourself to go to the secondary school. And from Holy Cross, for 1 year, I moved on to St. Gregory's College, Lagos. Now, growing up in Lagos was one of the best things that happened to us then. Life was good, life was easy, life was safe, life was like everything that a young man could aspire to. We went to school with Scholars Bus, which was virtually provided for free. When Scholars Bus was not available, it was fun walking from Obalende, firstly to St. Matthias, and then from there to St. Gregory's College. Life was good, life was safe. You could go out any time of the day. You could play from house to house. Parents knew each other very well, and so, in fact, when you were late somewhere on your street or in your neighborhood, you could sleep there, because they would send a message to your home that Dele is here, so don't bother. The next morning you wake up, have your bath, have breakfast, return to your home. There was this community life that we all lived. Parents could discipline children of their friends, okay? Not like these days, you dare not touch any other child. The parents will come and, do a battle with you, that I didn't send my child to you to be flogged or to be beaten. So it was a very beautiful life. So went to St. Matthias, went to St. Gregory's College, and then from there to University of Lagos. We were brothers keepers. School was fun. Teachers were all there just to teach you. There was no messing around. There weren't any bad habits that people could be developing along the line, you know. So that was my life growing up. So we were all walking through Balinde to Lafiaji, to Campus Square, to Tokunbo, Okekpokpo, you know. So we were children of the neighborhood. We were children of the area. So I'm never ashamed to say I'm an area boy in Lafiaji, you know. Today it has become a taboo, but then we were proud of our origin. We were proud of our place of birth, and we were proud growing up in the neighborhood. So today, still believe me, I get up on some Fridays, I just go to Lafiaji, I stay with the guys. Okay, not all of us were fortunate enough to go through the system. Okay, so those who, in quote, were left behind, we still, a lot of the time, we still talk to them. We still relate to them when there are problems that we could fix. You know, we help out. Because, I mean, it wasn't their fortune to be able to have gone. I know some dropped out, you know, on their own volition. But generally, we all like the idea of going to school. Some couldn't make it. But we still relate to them. We are still friends. So I'm not surprised I leave Holy Cross Cathedral and I just hear people call me my names. And I know these people are those who knew me when we were growing up. Yeah. Okay. Let me start by saying that even at secondary school, I read a lot. I was interested in the newspapers. And a lot of the time, I read something, there was always this beautiful column of letters to the editor. So anything that I read that I liked, I sit down, 2-3 paragraphs letter to the editor to compliment what they've done, to criticize what I didn't like, and these things were published, and I liked it. Okay, you open the papers and you just see, contributed by Steve Omojafor, or some will call me Bamidele Omojafor. So that kept me getting interested in the media. So when I left secondary school, after higher school, I would just pay a visit to Daily Times, which was in Tinubu, Kakawa Street. I just pay a visit there, you know, and I got talking to people. They would take me to the newsroom, you know. They would just show me how newspapers are produced and all that. That ignited my interest. So when I left higher school, mass communication was what called to me. I know that my uncle, you are not doing accountancy, you are not doing engineering, you're not doing medicine. You want to go and become a newspaper boy? I said, yes, this is where my interests lie. So I got admitted to Lagos University and studied mass communication there. And while I was there, I developed a column in Lagos Weekend of those days. Every Friday I was contributing. And I was writing under the name of Akibodilon. Now, Akibodilon itself is a name that I picked up in a drama group. Because we had a drama group that we produced all kinds of little plays here and there at Jekirandu Hall, you know. So one of the roles I played was Akibodilon. So when I started writing my columns in Daily Times and Lagos Weekend, I just used that pen name, Active Babylon. So I did the program and I started writing for Daily Times campus news, things that happen during elections, battle between the male and female, problems with the tutors and everything. So it became a very regular program. In fact, I inherited the program from late Godabo Ogusawo, who was my boss in the Daily Times. So I did that program for 3 years. It became very popular. It got to a point, Vice Chancellor would call me to say, there's a little thing going on in the university. I hope you have covered it for your paper. And I said, I'm not even employed there. I'm just writing, So I left University of Lagos, had all kinds of jobs that one could do. But I headed for Daily Times because I just had developed a path for myself, and that is journalism. Okay. So while in the Daily Times, worked with the Lagos Weekend, went to Daily Times proper and worked there. I was a columnist, I was a sub-editor, and also a reporter. Combined everything. So that was where my interest grew, and it was very painful when I had to leave the Daily Times organization. And what did I go to? Lintas Advertising. When I walked into Lintas, and I said to the chairman managing director, and I said, I want a job. I said, just like that? I said, yes, sir. Then it was easy to communicate with people. We're not too many, so they listen to you. So he said, what are you doing? I said, I'm a sub-editor at the Daily Times. So why are you coming to advertising? I want to broaden my space. I want to broaden my experiences. It took about 3 months, and I got a job in Lintas. And I remember Alhaji Babatunde Joseph, when I was going to leave, said, Steve, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Lintas. I said, well, we do the same thing. They package programs commercially. Here we do our papers and we go sell, So I said, okay, sir, let me just go gather some experience at Lintas. And Lintas and Daily Times were just 5 minutes walk from each other. And I said, sir, if the editor needs me for anything, trust me, I will spend my time and money, do write-ups for Daily Times. So I was like working in advertising and still writing for the Daily Times. So that was my life. From Lintas, we set up our own company known as Roosevelt Advertising Limited. And Roosevelt, was formed by 3 partners, two friends of mine. 3 of us were at Lagos University at the same mass comm department. So we came out, and I left Daily Times to set up Roosevelt. One of my partners left Cadbury to join us, and Akodusi left Admark, another advertising company. So 3 of us came together and we set up Roosevelt. We call ourselves second generation agencies, because before then we were the Ogilvy, the Lintas, Grant Advertising, and so on. So we set up a small shop in Surrey, and it grew beyond our own imagination. From Roosevelt, we set up a second line agency called McCann, STB McCann. Got affiliated to a company in America, McCann Erickson. So that was how it all went on. Now, I didn't do banking, and I didn't work as a banker. The interesting story is that one day, while still at Roosevelt, no, STB McCann then, I got a phone call from somebody I've never met before. And I picked up the call. He said, my name is ABC, blah, blah, blah. And he said, the managing director of Zenith Bank wants to talk to me. So I said, okay, there's no problem. I know I'm not owing any bank and all that. He said, no. He just wants to talk to you. So I picked up, he picked up the line and said, my name is this. And I said, my name is this. He said, can we meet? So I said, she, no problem. He said, no. So we agreed to meet. And it got to be that he wanted to appoint a couple of directors for the bank before they went public. And what I said to him was, I'm not a banker. I didn't study finance or economics. He said, no. What I want from you is your name and your integrity. Nothing beyond that. That was the beginning of the story. So I got onto the board, and I learned a lot. You know, I'm somebody who doesn't get to a place and I want to show them what I know or what I don't know. You could make a fool of yourself sometimes. So for me, like the first 6 months or 1 year, was just go to the meeting, listen to them, know where they are coming from, know what the focus is, and know what the expectations are. So I picked it up from there. Gradually, I got into the system. Of course, naturally, buy some books on banking, finance, just read, you know, so at least you know how the banks operate. I've always been a customer of the banks in a very small scale. And all I did was follow the banking trend. You know, there weren't too many banks in Nigeria at that point in time, but I followed through. And that was it. I got onto the board. And somewhere along the line, there was the policy of the central bank. The managing director had to step aside, so to say. The chairman had overspent some time regulated by the CBN. And they approached me and said, you are going to become, at the board, you're going to become the chairman of the board. I said, me? And they said, yes. I've met a lot of people here, so why me? Anyway, to cut the short story long, I was eventually made the chairman of Zenith Bank. And I was there, I was chairman for 4 years. And then CBN rules changed again. The MD came back, and I was very happy to hand over the bank to him. And I said I was going to leave when he came back. He said no. Statutorily, as he had 2 more years on the board, that no, you got to stay and live out your time. And then, so I did. And after 12 years, I eventually bowed out from the bank and returned full time to my own job, which I've been known for, and that is the media world. Okay, so I get invited for interviews, for programs here and there. Like you said, it's always a good thing. You have something you have learned over the years, you want to impact it on the younger ones, who are coming. I mean, my first son, for instance, went through the media scene, now in advertising, and I go on encouraging them. I retired from active day-to-day operations about almost 15 years ago. But I'm still keeping pace with what is going on around me. Yeah, I mean, the society itself is very dynamic. There's over time. I mean, I look back to during my own time in the newspaper world, and I can count just about 4 or 5 newspapers then. Okay, Morning Post, Daily Times, The Express, and a couple of others. So we knew each other, we knew the practice, we exchanged news information, we exchanged, I mean, if you had a news that was breaking, you know, you want to call up colleagues from other papers, we all go there as a team, right? Because stories will be written from different angles, no matter what you do, you know. So newspaper was great. And it was so good. In the morning, your byline was there, and people were trying to reach you, you know, about the quality. Quality was good. Quality was good. And there wasn't too much of freelancing in those days, the newspaper world. So you were either fully employed or you didn't belong. Same thing for radio. I mean, for instance, television I didn't do much about. While in journalism and in newspaper world, I was writing for radio, okay? Interesting stories. I had, there was a name to this program, the Oddities, Odd World. So we were picking up things that were odd. People that didn't imagine what they were. It's not something that was very common. So we went on doing that. So newspapers were growing, radio was growing, television was growing, and out-of-home media was also growing. And talk about the dynamism of the system. Suddenly, people were now going out of buying a newspaper every day to sit down and hold it in front of you, trying to read from beginning, from cover to cover. Other forms of communication came on. With the advent of mobile phones, things began to change. In our own time, it was the phone you put on the desk and you were dialing it, you know. A lot of the time, you could never get across, okay? Suddenly, mobile phone came onto the scene. And news coverage was transformed completely from what it used to be. Okay? So now, people on their phone could reach out, you could touch Germany, touch America, touch all parts of Europe, just sitting down in your office to gather information, gather news, what is new, you know? And then, of course, we now had more television stations, no longer NTA alone, okay? Now, with the news stations, things were just expanding. Things were broadening up, and news gathering became something new altogether, and everybody was heading for a new phenomenon altogether. So today, you don't have to be a big